everyone, it's time for another story about when my voices and impressions got me in some trouble. I always say that, but none of these I actually got legitimately in trouble for, just some mischief that I caused. So this story takes place during my college days. There was one summer where I worked on campus at one of the offices, and so my job was just kind of like make copies, file paperwork, you know, stuff like that. Nothing crazy. It was a really chill job. So in this office, it was not uncommon for people to pull very playful pranks. And it wasn't just my other coworkers, it was also like my boss. She would get in on this sometimes, and everybody would mess with each other. It was all in good fun. We all had a good sense of humor about it all. But yeah, that happened frequently, and I was usually the target.
What the heck, where is she targets?
So I devised I was going to finally come up with a prank of my own. My boss's phone would go off a lot. Not like her work phone, but like her personal cell phone. She'd get texts a lot, emails, phone calls, all that good stuff. And she always kept her phone on vibrate. So while you're working in the office, every so often, you'd hear that phone start going off and you could hear it vibrate on the table. So I learned how to imitate the sound of an iPhone, like vibrating. So I took that skill, worked on it to where I could do it without showing my teeth. So now I can do a I went to work the next day. There was a quiet moment where nobody was really doing much. We're all just kind of chilling. And I'm sitting there at my desk and I just decide, it's go time. So I start. And out of the corner of my eye, I'm watching my boss. I see her looking around on her desk for her phone, and then she finally finds it. And then starts looking at like, what's going on? And then she looks at one of the other colleagues of mine going like, hey, is your phone going off? And he starts looking around at his stuff, looks at his phone. He's like, no, it's not mine, but I hear it too. And then they both look at me and they're like, Brian, do you hear that? And I gotta be smooth here. I don't have a good poker face, so I just try to keep my face as stoic as possible. And I also realize I can't stop the noise because there is a beat you gotta keep up with. This is where the rubber meets the road. So I turn around in my chair and just hope I don't screw this up. It's not my phone. I don't know where it's coming from. And then right after that, I stop. And everyone's still waiting to hear it, and we don't hear a thing. So she's like, all right, let's just go back to work. So we do, and about 15 minutes later, she starts getting a little more frustrated this time, looking at her phone again, just going like, guys, it's happening again. And she's like, come on, we gotta look around the office. So we start getting up and looking around, and I'm intentionally staying as far away from them as I can. I see where they go. I go the opposite side, just Then my colleague pipes up, I hear it coming from over there, and points towards me. I'm like, no, I hear it from over there. So we switch. Oh crap, I hear it from that side now.
Oh, you almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that.
Then I stop again. Then everybody calms down. We get back to work. And then a couple minutes later, I started up for a third time.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone?
She starts getting frustrated, and my boss just puts her hands down. She's like, okay, I'm finding this thing. And she gets up before I get a chance to start helping her look. And she gets close and hears it. And she's like, Brian, is that you? And I turn around with a big old smug smile on my face and say, maybe. Got him! Oh, the look in her eyes was like a face of pure annoyance and a bit of humor, because she couldn't help but laugh. She's like, I can't be mad at that because it's impressive, but come on, Brian. And then the rest of the time that I worked there, I did pull that again every so often. She'd look at her phone and then just look at me, Brian! Like, hey, you can't blame a guy for trying. Oh, that was one of my favorite pranks I pulled. But no, those were some good times. They were all a bunch of good sports, and we had a good time in there. So let me know in the comments, you guys enjoy that one? And do you want to hear more stories from my past? Maybe more times my voices caught me in trouble, or maybe stories that have nothing to do with my voices. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!